didn't think of Ween.
Is a interesting question, actually. This is a really good one. How do you usually conceive songs? For example, melody, structure, lyrics. If it differs, refer to stay.
It does differ a lot.
Yeah, that's basically what I was going to say. Stay's been around for a while, isn't it? Like before you joined us, Sam. I think with that song, it was just, it's very much a production song. You know, it was the
Yeah.
sound of it that we had in mind first. What we usually do is, you know, if I have an idea or anyone has an idea, we'll record like a demo of it with a click track and we'll send it round. We'll jam it as well, just to get a feel. And then I'll usually have a demo to send to Darren with a click track. You'll write your drum parts. Same for you, Sam. Usually you'll come round, we'll write it together. There's no set way we do it. Something will come along, whether it's a melody or a drum beat or a bass line, something, and then it'll just grow from there, won't it? You know.
Sometimes I think, especially with Stay, when we were gigging it, we were improvising the ending, and then when we were doing that, then things were coming out of that improvisation and jamming on stage, and then that sort of, I would imagine, influenced the final thing that we've got.
We really rely on that to develop a song, don't we, before we record it? We'll always take a song out with us to play live as much as we can, because that's where, I don't know, it refines, I think.
Having said that, with the ending of Stay, even having gigged it as much as we did, arranging the end of it for recording was still the biggest conversation we had going into the studio. We probably could have recorded it a lot sooner, but we wanted to get that ending perfect, because I think, if I remember correctly, the original demo we wrote, the ending was nowhere near as long and it just kind of ended.
Yeah.
And I remember all of us sitting down and really trying to hammer out how the arrangement should be. And that is the big thing with us, I think. It doesn't really matter how much input each individual person has to a certain song. Like, some people input ideas a lot more in certain songs and then vice versa. But with the arrangement, we do all tend to sit around and put it all together as a three as well.
It really does differ. You know, it can be anything. It could be a bass line, it could be a drum beat, it could be a rhythm, it could anything can spawn something to just all of a sudden grow. The one thing that tends to be consistent is that music always comes before lyrics with me. Even the melody comes before the lyrics, and the lyrics come to sort of fill in the blanks.
Even then, lyrics can be a bottleneck. We all wrote a song together. We finished the actual music in, August or September? And then we didn't actually manage to get the lyrics done until February.
A massive lesson we've learned from creating our own music is that you can't force creativity. It comes when it comes.
The times we have forced it, it's just ended up being something we're all unhappy with, to be honest, and we've gone back and changed it anyway.
And going back to lyrics as well, like, you know, with what I said before about it sort of like filling in the blanks, at the same time, like you said, it can take so long to get the lyrics finished because they also have to be right. Singing them, you have to mean what you sing. It can't just be anything. But it always comes last for me for some reason.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I feel like that's because you're a guitarist first and a vocalist second.
Yeah. No, definitely. It's strange, actually, how a lot of the bands I like, the singers have the same sort of experience where they've kind of gone, okay, I'll do it, you know, rather than be like, I want to be a singer.
Queens of the Stone is probably the biggest example of that, I think.
No, exactly. And to be honest, Josh Homme's lyrics, they're vastly underrated, in my opinion. Next question kind of ties in with this one, since we were just talking about Stay, is there going to be an EP release?
There's certainly enough material. However, obviously, we're all under lockdown, so any plans to record have to be put on hold for a bit. And unfortunate news today, the studio we usually record in may be closing its doors for good.
I think the plan is to sort of release a couple again, not specifically as singles, but just release them individually, just so that we can put music out there for people who want to hear more of our music.
We have got material already recorded, which we've lived with for quite some time. People should be excited to expect that sometime.
The final conclusion answer would be that we definitely want to release a bundle of music again at some point, whether it's an EP or an album, I don't know, you know. There's definitely plans to, it's just we're not sure when. Tell you what, right? When we first started the call, I think we had such a good chat, just a catch-up, that we've actually sort of answered a lot of questions that were like, next one was like favourite film/TV series.
My absolute favourite shows are Daredevil and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I can binge them both on repeat over and over again. Yeah, they're great.
I've not watched either of those, actually, I don't think.
I don't like films as much as series, so I'm going to say Lord of the Rings just because it's good.
Favourite film/TV series? You might as well do both.
I really like my British sitcoms. So at the moment, I'm watching a lot of Vicar of Dibley. You can watch one episode and then just be like, you can watch it again, like a day later. Louis Theroux, watch loads of them.
Yeah, that's always interesting.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Takes you to reality a bit, and you think, oh my goodness.
I assume also, Darren, that you
Mm.
probably watch a lot of Bake Off as well.
Yeah, well, of course, with Mary, if he's got Mary, I can watch that. Oh, I watched Dunkirk recently. That was really good. I like that.
What would you say is your favourite film like of all time? If you had to take one film on a desert island, what would be that film?
On the desert island TV.
Yeah, yeah,
Probably Titanic.
yeah.
And it's long.
You just feel like watching it when you're like, I relate. I'm a bit like you, Sam. I'm like more of a series guy, really. But I mean, mine's got to be between like Game of Thrones and Rick and Morty or something like that.
I assume
Bingeable.
you're only watching Game of Thrones up to season 7.
Yeah,
Then.
I was literally just about to say basically Game of Thrones, excluding like the last season, which
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I didn't hate it. It just really didn't live up to the rest of it. I've got to say, like probably like Lord of the Rings as well for the film because it's just stunning.
And it ended properly
Yeah,
as well.
no, it was brilliant. To be fair.
Well, one last one. What else did I watch the other day with Tom Hanks in it? Castaway. That was
Castaway with Wilson.
Sorry,
Right.
I'm still laughing at Darren saying Titanic is his favourite film just because it's really long.